Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing a history of the Netherlands video today. It says History of the Netherlands #1 from tribes to Rome. The original channel's called No History, like KNOW history, as in to know it, right? So I would assume there's more than one because it says #1, and this was posted like 2 years ago. So we're going to check it out. There will be a link to the original video down in the description section down below as always. So, History of the Netherlands, #1 from tribes to Rome.
The Germanic peoples that nowadays inhabit the Netherlands started to arrive and settle in the area at around 800 BC due to the harshening climate of their Scandinavian homeland, and by 250 BC this migration was already completed.
By 250, huh? That looks slanted.
As time passed, the Germanic settlers in the north would eventually develop into the early Frisians and Saxons, while the ones in the south would
Okay.
develop into the Franks, who coexisted with the local Celts, more specifically the Belgae, which would eventually become the namesake of Belgium. If you want to learn more about the Belgae in Belgium, please check out the linked video series on this topic. In 58 BC, a Roman proconsul named Julius Caesar decided that it was time to subjugate the Gallic tribes, beginning the Gallic Wars, which lasted up until 50 BC. Eventually, all of the areas south of the Oder Rhine and west of the River Rhine were conquered by the Romans. As the tribes living there had no written language,
What that looked like? Yeah, this is below the Netherlands because this right here would be like Zeeland. Let me switch. Right here. That would be like Zeeland, right? And then this would be like Zuiderzee. Amsterdam would be like right in this area. Yeah.
of the River Rhine were conquered by the Romans. As the tribes living there had no written language and left no written records, all we know about them comes from the information written by the Romans and Greeks. According to Caesar himself, two major tribes lived in what is now the Netherlands, the Menapi and the Eberones, both in the south, of which Caesar was extremely active. He also established the principle that the Rhine defined a natural boundary between the Gallic and Germanic tribes. However, the Rhine was not a strong border, and he made it clear that by saying in some parts of Gaul, many of the local tribes were of mixed Germanic origin.
He says weird. You are both Celtic and Germanic. There's like random bits of comedy up on the screen. It's funny.
Such as the Eberones mentioned before. The Menapi tribe stretched from the south of Zeeland through North Brabant and possibly through South Holland into the southeast of Gelderland, although in later Roman times their territory seemed to have been divided and reduced, becoming mainly concentrated in what is now western Belgium. The Eberones, the largest of the mixed-race tribes, covered a large area including lower parts of the modern Dutch province of Limburg, stretching east into the Rhine of Germany, and northwest to the Delta, giving them a natural border with the Menapi.
Now, is this river here? Is that the Rhine, or is that the Meuse River? Because I know there's a Meuse River very close by to there, but I think this one's the Rhine. I don't know for sure.
Their territory is thought to have stretched partly into Gelderland as well. Caesar also made remarks about the Rhine Delta itself,
Fine.
specifically about the Insula Batovorum, or in English, the island of the Batavi, without really discussing who lived there. The next approximately 450 years of Roman rule profoundly changed the area that would become the Netherlands, since it was often very involved in large-scale conflict with the three Germanic peoples on the other side of the Rhine.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of conflict everywhere in Europe, really, but I mean, the Netherlands seems to be involved in quite a bit. Maybe because it's such an international kind of country. I don't know. I mean, I guess this is probably before all that, though, right? I'm not sure.
Starting about 15 BC,
Okay,
the
yeah,
Rhine and the
that's
Netherlands were heavily fortified by the Romans, and after a series of military actions, in 12 AD, the Rhine became fixed as the northern frontier of the Roman Empire in the European mainland. Soon a number of towns would arise along this border. The area to the south would be integrated into the Roman Empire, first as the province of Gallia Belgica and
Gallia Belgica. So Belgium was I thought Belgium became Belgium after. I mean, it did, right? It was part of the Netherlands, but the name. So I guess the name was there for a long time. I guess the region was called Gallia Belgica. Hmm.
then as part of the province of Germania Inferior. The area north of the Rhine remained outside of the Roman Empire, yet was not completely without Roman presence and control. The local settlements let many tribes that were outside of the Roman Empire be heavily documented by Roman historians like Pliny the Elder, such as the Canafetes in South Holland, the Frisiae, who covered most of the modern-day Netherlands north of
Yeah. So did they become the modern day like Frisians, right? The Frisia. I think they did.
the Oude Rijn, the Frisian Bones, who stretched from the delta into the
Frisia
north
bone.
of North Brabant, and the Marsaci, who stretched from the Flemish coast into the delta. All of the tribes, especially the Batavians and the Canafetes, were held in high regard as soldiers throughout the empire, and originally served in the Roman cavalry. Due to this, in the first centuries after Rome's conquest of Gaul, trade and culture flourished with Roman, Gallic and Germanic culture being combined in this region. However, not everything was as it seemed so peaceful and perfect. The Batavians were not content and rose up against the Romans in the Batavian Rebellion of 69 AD. Their leader was the Batavian Gaius Julius Civilis, and one of the causes for the uprising was that the Romans had been taking young Batavians as slaves. As a result, a number of Roman forts were attacked and burned. Other Roman soldiers, auxiliary troops of the Batavians and the Canafetai, joined the uprising, splitting the northern part of the Roman army. In April 70 AD, a few legions sent by the then Emperor Vespasian and commanded by Quintus Pitilus Ceralis eventually defeated the Batavians and negotiated a surrender with Gaius Julius Civilis near Nijmegen.
Nijmegen. I think it's right. Nijmegen.
This rebellion of freedom-loving Batavians was later seen by Dutch writers in the 17th and 18th centuries as mirroring the Dutch struggle against the Spanish in the 80 Years' War between 1568 and 1648.
Speaking of the 80 Years War, guys, if you want to check out some more of that, I did a whole series on the 80 Years War. I don't remember the name of the original channel, but I'll try to put a link down below for that. And it was a 7-part series reaction that I did, and each one, the original videos were each like 45 minutes long. So my reactions are a little over an hour, hour and a half, possibly for each episode. So if that is something you're interested in, if I forget to put a link down below, just go check it out. 80 Years War shouldn't be that hard to find on my channel. So yeah, just letting you know. Maybe I'll get them all around and put it in like a specific playlist just for that.
This nationalist view saw the Batavians as the true forefathers of the Dutch people, which explains the recurring use of the name over the centuries, like Jakarta originally being named Batavia by the Dutch in 1619, and the fact that the Dutch Republic, created in 1795 on the basis of the French revolutionary principles, was called the Batavian Republic, and that even to this day,
Okay.
Batavian is sometimes a term used to describe Dutch people and Dutch things.
Batavian, huh?
Thank you.
Let's check that out. Batavian. I got my Chat GPT extension here. Batavian refers to something or someone that is related to Batavia, which is a historic name for the capital city of the Dutch East Indies, located on the northwestern coast of the island of Java, which is now known as Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia. The term Batavian is also used to describe the people, culture, language, and history of the region. It is also used in reference to a specific breed of domestic ducks, the Batavian duck, which originated in the Netherlands and is known for its large size and distinctive appearance. Well, that's pretty sweet. I didn't know anything. I've heard the term Batavian, but I didn't necessarily know what it was. So now we know. So I will be checking out some more of this channel. It's called No History. I already subscribed. I'm hit like on that video. You guys should probably do the same. And I'm gonna see if I can't find like a number 2 for this, so we can continue this history of the Netherlands journey. So, anyways, you guys have a super fun, awesome day, and hit like, hit subscribe. Have you know, just be good. See you in the next one. All right, take care.